Hi guys, Adrian and Danny here today, and we're going to be looking at a project I've been building, which is a small drum smoker. So I have already started. I'll just show you a few things that we've got here. So we've got a 60 litre drum that I've cut the top off, and this is going to be the main body of the smoker. I've got this is actually a small charcoal cooker which I'm going to use as the basket for the smoker, and that's just going to hold the charcoal. And I've got another 60 litre bucket here which I've put a U-bolt through for a handle, and I've cut it off sort of at the top third, and that actually sits up on top here, and that works as a lid, and that just gives us a bit of clearance in the top for when we're cooking. And we've got a small tray here, and that just sits on here, so we'll have the food in the top. I'll show you how this goes. So we would have charcoal in the basket there, and that sits on top. We'd have the food in there, and then I've actually cut some notches in this, and they just go in over on there, and that would be the smoker. Now all we've really got left to do on this is to cut some vents down the bottom, and then I'm going to start a fire in it just to burn out the oil residue and get rid of some of this paint. So that'll be our next step. Okay, so there's the vents cut there. They do look a little bit rough. I've cut 3 around the base, one there, and there. Hopefully that'll be enough airflow. I have seen some people would put a cover over them so they can control the airflow. I'll see how I go. They will probably be covered with something just so they don't look so unsightly. So the next step now is to burn it out, and that's to get rid of the oil and muck and everything. This held gear oil at one stage, so it's gotten a wee bit greasy inside, even though it's been sitting for a while, and I want to get the paint off the outside. And this basket's also been covered in paint. We want to burn that off because we don't want any contamination of what we're smoking. So the next thing to do will be to light a wood fire in it and burn it off. Okay, so we're all full up of wood now, and we're ready to light it up so we can burn out all that oil and get the paint off it. And as you can see, that paint's starting to burn off nicely. And I've just put the grill in the top there, and then that'll get all the paint burnt off that as well. So we'll just let this burn down a bit, and then I'll be able to put the lid on so that can get burnt off as well, and then we should be all good to go. Okay, so we've got the fires burnt down a bit now. It's burnt very clean. There's not really much residue left in that. I'll just need to clean up the sides of the drum. I've burnt the lid off and the tray there, so now it'll be clean it all up, and I'll coat it in probably a heat-proof paint, or just on the outside just to stop it rusting. Hi guys, it's a couple of days later and we've finished painting the drum. So I've used a heat-proof ceramic paint on the outside, and I've lit a fire in it to cure the paint. And on the grate we've just coated that with a bit of oil. We burnt all the paint off it. And we've got the charcoal basket there. It also had some paint on it that wasn't heat proof, so we've burnt that off as well. So now we're all set to go ahead and smoke our first chicken. And we've got our chicken on, and we're just going to put the lid on, and we'll come back and check on it in an hour or two.